Hi, here is Liprandi, and these are some lucky flea market findings. These are Gormiti magnetic action figures, produced by GIOCHI Preziosi in 2006. Gormiti were born in 2005 as non-articulated minifigures in blind bags, but they were immediately a huge success, and so GIOCHI Preziosi produced hundreds of new minifigures, playsets for those minifigures, and then 5 inches tall action figures and 3 3/4 inches tall action figures, and also every other kind of toy, because Gormiti were a huge success all around Europe, to say the least. These 3 little guys come from the first wave of magnetic action figures, but actually their designs come from the second wave of minifigures. And although these are some solid and sturdy and heavy action figures, to me what they really stand out is their design. In fact, in the Gormiti line we've got hundreds and hundreds of cool looking and different and crazy creatures. And before the TV show came out, one thing I really liked about Gormiti was that there were no pretty faces. Even the good guys looked like horrible and fearsome monsters. These 3 little guys costed me about 10 euros. It's a bargain to me. I've been looking for them for years. The first one I'm gonna show you is Lolo Profundo, which means deep horror. As you can tell, he's a bad guy. He's one of the leaders of the volcano people. And these colors, dark red and orange and yellow, give the illusion of lava, while this dark gray might be solidified lava. It's hard as rock, and in fact he's got a rock instead of a fist here. Back here we can see some weird wings. They look like they're made of bones, but actually it might be solidified lava. These square butt cheeks were a trademark in the Gormiti line. His face looks mean and horrible. I really like it. As far as articulation goes, these guys can move their arms up and down, the legs can be moved up and down, they can bend here at the elbows, bend here at the knees, and of course also their heads are on some kinds of ball joints, because their limbs are held in position by metal beads connected to magnets. One thing that I've noticed is that figures from this first wave had weaker magnets than the figures that came out after this first wave, but you can play with them anyway. Second figure is BARBATAUS. He was one of the leaders of the forest people, and as you can tell, he's got wooden parts, but also some leaves on the shoulders. Please focus, come on. Here we have BARBATAUS, and there are some rocks here to the clothes and in his feet. He looks like a strong and wise guy. And this is a crown, so you can tell he's a leader. Now, these are magnetic toys. We can disassemble them. We can look at the magnets inside their bodies. There are 2 magnets for each limb and only 1 magnet for the head. Now we can disassemble also Deep Horror, Lolo Profundo, and reassemble him in a different way. Maybe this head might go on this body, this will be the legs, and this will be his arm, while the other one will be this one, because I love this clawful hand. It's really horrible and terrifying. And the legs. Since these characters look so different one from each other, you can really create different and cool monsters with this mix and match action feature. The last one is my favorite. I really like this blue guy. He is Carrapax from the sea people. Carrapax sounds like Carapace, which means carapace. It's the shell of some sea creatures. He's like a giant lobster. He's got additional articulation on his claws. He can open them and close them back a little bit. Please focus, Karapaks. Alright. These are some little claws. Look at how they are big and heavy. I like it. And also I like this little tail back here. Again, we can disassemble Karapaks and mix and match his body parts with the ones of the other characters to create cool new monsters. Alright, come on, I'll take this arm, I'll take this one, and this leg here. These toys are heavy and solid. You can toss this action figure to the wall, he will disassemble, but he will never break. These toys were extremely popular, as I've told you. To who was a young boy back in the early 2000s, Gormiti were like our masters of the universe, maybe. They were the biggest success, the biggest and the coolest toy line. And so I've brought here an old fella, I've brought here Clawful from the old Masters of the Universe toy line, just for comparison. These Gormiti figures are not really sought after by collectors. They don't pay Gormiti much attention because they are not old enough to give a sense of nostalgia to people. But if you just love toys, you cannot miss Gormiti. They are, well, extremely cool and well made and funny. You have to play with these toys. They can go with slime, with the playsets, they can be monsters for another toy line, or you can just take them and make them fight on your desktop. I really do like these Gormiti action figures. Ciao!